These are Group 3 presentation, and we were discussing about the beecher report of the year 1949. After the Second World War, there was a paradigm shift in the colonial language policy which hurt local languages. This was because the British colonists started a campaign to create some westernized education elite in Kenya. Nibia argues that the British colonists believed that such an elite group would protect their interests in the independent Kenya. This is another endeavor that buttressed English hegemony. In the year 1950 to 1951, the Education Department reports, which included beecher, and the Commission of 1952 pointed out that it was inappropriate to teach 3 languages at the primary schools. Now we are going to look at the consequently the reports recommended that English be introduced in the lower primary to be taught alongside the mother tongue and called for the dropping of Kiswahili in the curriculum, except in areas where it was the mother tongue. Secondly, the implementation of this policy started in 1953 to 1955. Thus, the Beecher Committee of 1949 was mandated to examine the scope, content, methods, administration, and financing of African education. In the year 2009, Libya. The Beecher report reinforced that argument of Stokes and the 10-year developmental plan on the provision of practical education to Africans. The Beecher report's recommendation formed the foundation of the government policy on African education until the last year of colonial rule. However, the Africans were opposed to the Beecher report. According to Pogongo 1992, the African of the report was that it was the lead to Europeanization rather than Africanization of education, and it was so to maintain the status quo of keeping Africans in low-wage positions. In addition, the report recommended that Kiswahili be the language of instruction and literature in primary schools in towns. However, provision was to be made for textbook in vernacular in rural areas and vernacular languages were to be the medium for oral instruction in rural areas. Thank you, and that was our assignment.